Hello, my name is Calvin Smith, and today I'm going to use the Red Hat Satellite Server to run an Ansible playbook on an arbitrary set of servers. So Ansible was added into Satellite as a version 6.4, and it does a great job of running Ansible roles, but running Ansible playbooks actually is a little bit less obvious exactly how to do that. But I'll take you through it today so that you can see how this works. So before we log into the satellite server, let me show you the playbook that we are going to actually run. It's called change banner not YML, and what this does is it's going to change the banner of one of our servers. So you can see the content here. We're going to copy and paste it for the purposes of this example. So let's go ahead and log in. So in order to run an Ansible playbook on the satellite server, what you're going to do is you're going to create a job template of type Ansible, and then you can put your playbook in there, and then you can use the remote execution functionality to launch this playbook against a server or set of servers. So let's begin. In order to create a job template, you go to host and job template, and then we can create a new job template from here. I'm going to give it a name. It's called change banner. We put the contents of our playbook in this field here, which you can actually change the syntax highlighting to match up. So we're going to make it YAML as it's an Ansible. One thing that you should know is that because Satellite is controlling the servers that it's going to run against, you should always have host all as the host designation inside of there. Content, and in this particular message of the day that we're putting on the machine, it's just going to be called message of the day installed by Ansible. The next thing you do, you set up the job category. The provider type needs to be changed to Ansible, and you can change the job category. By default, it's going to go into miscellaneous, but you can delete that and put it in any of the other job categories that you so desire. So we're going to put this one in Ansible playbook. You have effective users if you wanted to run as somebody other than root, but we're going to have this run as root. So we're going to hit submit, and there's our change banner job. Now from here, we can run it directly from here, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the all host field and then select this web demo.net so that you can quickly see before we get started that it has something. I just put default banner there. Now we're going to go back to the host. We can schedule a remote job, and that remote job is going to be under Ansible playbook, and there's change banner, and your search queries matching web demo.net, and which resolves to one host, and we're going to execute it right now. So we hit submit, and it takes us to the job execution page. We can track the execution of this job right here. Now, one of the interesting things that you'll see is that it'll, in Ansible, you typically get different colors for this, but you don't see different colors on this one. But you could see here that we've changed something. So now let's go back to the server and then see if the change has taken. So we go back to the console, hit enter. There's your message of the day. So successfully created an Ansible playbook and run it on using the satellite server on this particular machine. If I wanted to run it on multiple servers, I could do that. I could just go to all hosts and run it against multiple sets of servers. So let's say I want to run it on these two machines here. I will go to select action and schedule remote job and run it here. Oops, let's put playbook and change banner. Now, one of the reasons I'm doing it is because I want you to see that it will run it on the server individually. And you see now, instead of it saying change, it says okay, because it didn't actually have to make any changes. If you go back to the results, you see you get 2 success, no failures. Now, when you run this in Ansible Tower, it will tell you which servers were changed and which ones were no changes needed to be made, and which ones failed. But this one only gives you success and failure. So there you go. If we go to now, the next thing I'm going to do is we're going to create a new job template, and this time we're going to make this one dynamic. So we'll call it change banner dynamic, and we will allow the user to specify what text should be in the banner. So let us go ahead, and we're going to add input. We'll call it MOTD. Actually, it's called a banner. Now we go to job and we add an input. The input was called banner, and that's going to be required. The user input, since it's going to, we want it to be free form, so we don't put anything here. And we'll say text for banner, and then we save this. Okay. So let's go back to our server list. We're going to run it against this specific server and schedule a remote job. Playbook. Here's our change banner dynamic. Now we have the option to put banner text in there. If you hover over, if you click on that eye, you get the text that we put under the description. So now let's put something in here. All right. And this is a basic demo, but you can use this technique to make far more complex workflows around having more complex Ansible playbooks. Now, one of the restrictions that you're going to have, obviously, is because of the way that the satellite is running these playbooks, is that it's going to be a playbook that runs on a specific server. It's not going to be a playbook that runs across multiple servers to do orchestration or anything like that. If that's what you're looking for, you want to use Ansible Tower or something to that effect. So you can see here that we've changed that web demo. Let's go back to the server and take a look at the console, and there's the text that I typed in. Thank you. I hope this was informative and helpful for you. If you found this information useful, don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a nice day. Till next time.